Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Vice President, Senior Vice President.
Shall we start, sir?
Yeah, we start, please.
Very good namaskara. A very good morning to each one of you. On behalf of Bangalore Chamber of Industry and Commerce, we welcome you all for this exclusive session on industrial safety and health. This is the fourth in the awareness campaign coinciding with the National Safety Month organized by the Chamber. These sessions are organized under the aegis of the Chamber's Infrastructure, Energy, Environment and Water Expert Committee. The Chamber acknowledges the support of Mr. K. Srinivas, who is the Director, Factories, Boilers, Industrial Safety and Health Department, Government of Karnataka, for accepting our invitation to address at this session. Welcome to BCIC and thank you very much.
Money ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ grow ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್ ಮನೇಲಿ.
Welcome, sir. And we also welcome Mr. VC Mohan, who is the EHS Regional Coordination for India, Australia and Support ASEAN from Bosch Limited. We welcome Mr. Raghavendra Krishnamurthy, who is the co-founder of Antiz Technologies.
Yeah.
And I welcome the team from Antiz and Bosch and the department also. Thank you all the participants for joining this session in this morning. The Chamber acknowledges the support of our annual sponsors, Mrs. Bueller, Continental, Fundamax, IMPL, MPR, Sona Group of Companies, TVS Motor, Vishwas Group and Wipro for their support in the activities of the Chamber. We welcome all the office bearers who are present in this session. Welcome Dr. Devarajan. He is our Senior Vice President and he is the Senior Vice President at TVS Motor Company. Thank you very much, all of you. And now I would request Mr. Murli to take it over from here.
Thank you, madam. Good morning, viewers, and my hearty welcome to Mr. Srinivas, Mr. Mohan, and Mr. Raghavendra. Welcome to BCIC. And today's session is very important for all of us. Today is a concluding session of our month-long celebration of National Safety Month. As you know, the government of Karnataka is very vocal with regard to safety, industrial safety, and they have been propagating safety with all industries. In fact, on March 4th, the department celebrates as a National Safety Week as well as National Safety Week. So in accordance with that, BCIC, which is a representative body of all industries, major industries, minor and micro, we also thought it fit that we should also align ourselves with the common thinking and we should also celebrate this month as a safety month. So in accordance with that, we have done about 5 programs so far on 5 different themes. One with on road safety, which was the special address was given by Mr. Anuche, Joint Commissioner of Police Traffic, focus on road safety. The second is with regard to fire safety. That was special address was given by Mr. Alok Mohan, IPS, again the head of Karnataka Fire Service here in Bangalore. And third was construction safety. We had representatives from Brigade Group who gave a presentation on construction, and also special address was given by one Mr. Manjunath from Karnataka Housing Board. This is on the construction safety. Today we have the honor of having you today, sir, and we look forward to your special address. And we also had one theme on electrical safety yesterday. So we have completed 4 different themes, and today is the industrial safety theme. And for members here, BCIC is an industry body of 1,000 members. We have members from all sectors, and we have large and medium and small enterprises also. Likewise, since this program is a joint program with Bidadi Industries Association, Bidadi Industries Association is one of the well-known industry bodies in Ramanagara district and south part of Bangalore. And we have about 250 major industries working there, which includes Toyota Group, Bosch Group, Tata Group, Coca-Cola, Britannia, many more. So welcome today to this program, and setting this context, industrial safety is given absolutely paramount importance. Especially I work for a Japanese company, and we always say hands on first. That's the first thing we do every morning. And every accident or near miss accident is taken with absolute care, and analysis is done, and countermeasures are taken, temporary countermeasures, permanent countermeasures are taken, and the communication is given to all stakeholders with regard to how to prevent or how to overcome such incidents in future, which we in Japanese term we call as a yokote. So therefore, we look forward to a very interesting session from you sir today, and welcome once again all the participants and all the members today. We also have the privilege of having with us Dr. Devarajan. Sir, can you come on screen?
Yeah, surely.
Dr. Devarajan is a senior vice president of this motor company.
Yeah.
And he's
thank
also
you very
senior
much,
vice
sir.
president of-
Thank you very much for participating. I was supposed to come there, but we had a meeting here. I didn't want to miss it. Thank you very much for coming into the BCIC office, and every one of you. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Devarajan. Now I said I give this floor to Mr. K. Srinivas, and over to you, Rupa. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would like to briefly introduce Mr. Srinivas. He's a veteran with over 35 years of service across Karnataka. He has brought mainly various booklets on booklets and handbooks on industrial safety, safety at workplace and facilities, and medical emergency response plan for Dakshina Kannada district, and a booklet on women workers' right and safety issues at workplace. These are all well received by the industry, and he is a person who is very familiar amongst all the industries, across all industry sectors also. Mainly, he has initiated the fitness certificate issued at the factory itself by the Department of Medical Officers for small hazardous industries. And he is the first person to bring in the industrial canteens under the purview of FSSI. And he has also brought the occupational health center ambulance rooms under the factory under Karnataka Private Medical Establishment Act, which is widely appreciated. And he has brought more than 50 books in both Kannada and English languages to suit various workers of various industries: safety handbook, industrial safety booklet, drinking water awareness booklet, and safe working at height manual for supervisors, conveyor belt safety booklet, and behavior-based safety. He has almost covered all the various topics in health issues also for shop floor workers. And so far, more than 50,000 copies of various booklets have been circulated free of cost across the state. Thank you very much, sir. And now I would like to hand over the stage to Mr. Srinivas. Over to you.
Everyone, namaskara. I'm very happy to be here. This prestigious chamber. BCIC is one thing. Inside that, there is a chamber. That's a prestigious chamber. So thanks to all BCIC office bearers for inviting me here to share the department views. This thing. National Safety Day. Previous. So National Safety Day is being organized on 4th March. Everybody knows, and you being industrial captains, and nimegeಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ. But I'm very surprised and happy that BCIC is also organizing programs to create awareness on safety, and National Safety Day is being celebrated through various discussions and this thing. really appreciable thing. We're not aware that BCIC can also do such wonderful work. They may be doing more wonderful work, but you may not be knowing. So this is an opportunity to know more about department as well as BCIC, and in future we can work together on the common interest where both of us can do something for the society to create more awareness on safety and health to our stakeholders, industry stakeholders, be workers, management, supervisors, whoever it is. So I take this opportunity. I believe this is the beginning of the future, the collaboration between BCIC or this thing, the common areas where both of us will enjoy together and do something useful for the Karnataka. This thing. I got a small presentation. I was told initially it's an interaction, but later on I was not knowing this is a safety day function. Anyway, I'll keep it short in the interaction, then it will be open for discussion. And anybody is participating is free to ask any question. No need to understand that this does not belong to me or this thing. Any question, you are free to ask, free to interact. We start. Okay, next. So this everybody knows the Department of Factories and Boilers comes under Labor Department. Honorable Labor Minister is the government level this thing. Then Secretary to Government Labor, and we have been assisted by Additional Director, Joint Directors, Medical Boiler. We have 37 divisional officers in factory, 11 officers in boiler, and we have 2 doctors, and then 4 joint director of factories, 1 medical, 1 boiler. So all these things, all these officers assist in implementing our this thing. Next. What actually we do? The department enforces Factories Act 1948 and Karnataka Factories Rules. Then Payment of Wages Act, Maternity Benefit Act, where ESI is not applicable. And then we also enforce the Building and Other Construction Workers Act of projects above 25 crores. Below 25 crores, presently it is not coming under our purview. All projects above 25 crores, apart from land cost, comes under the purview of the Act. We enforce that. We also enforce the part of Environment Protection Act, comes to control of industrial major accident hazards, all those things. Then this Child and Adolescent Protection and Prohibition Act 1986. Also, all these things are inside the factories, registered under Factories Act. Next. So we have these statistics, 17,284 registered factories we have, and we have about nearly about 17 lakh workers. Male workers 11 lakh plus, female about 5 plus, and we have some 1,500 like electroplating, chemical industries, all sort of, and 82 major hazard industries, mostly using LPG, petroleum products, then chlorine, ammonia, such thing. There is some threshold quantity having more than certain prescribed quantity. They all come under major action. I brought you some statistics to say how many factories are above 1,000. We have Karnataka 216 factories, above 1,000 workers, like that. Our common interest is from 251 to 1,000. It comes to about 1,000 workers, where all are applicable: canteen, your welfare officer, ambulance room, safety officer, all such things. So these are statistics. Then comes to the department main work is accident prevention. That is our motto, or the aim or objective of the Factories Act. I can see every year it is coming down, except for 21, where we had little increase due to other issues. Corona issue was there, and startup immediately after Corona. That was one of the reason to have more this thing. And this year also we are 22, also we are less than 50. Our graph is coming down, and our aim is to see that it reaches as low as possible. The graph should reach down to that floor level. That should be the this dream. We call it as a dream. So we have to get together, everybody, call everybody, do something to reach that level. That is the intention. So these are about number of factories. We have some 1,000 ready-made garment factories, and all predominant industries: distilleries, sugar, cement, petroleum products, pharmaceutical, foundries, rice mill, all sort of things. Then we are also doing lot many things, how to create awareness, how to reduce accidents. Then we had this 4 years data, last 4 years we have analyzed. Could see the result is persons falling from height or working at height contributes to nearly 28% of all accidents. This 4 years data. This actual fatal accident, 166 fatal accidents we have analyzed. This is where we thought we need to do something on this one, because if we can attack 28%, the other things can also be controlled. So we started doing something on that one. We started discussing with Toyota. We brought out a booklet, pocket booklet for workers, then manual for supervisors and this thing. And this is also in Kannada and English. You can see, you can translate this into Hindi also, not an issue. This we want to keep it to workers in the pocket. They can open it and just see what are the minimum things they can observe in just 2-3 minutes. And supervisors also can understand what are the issues connected with all those things. So like this, we are also shortly bringing out a video on this one. We are working at it. We are trying to do that. So like this, we want the industries to understand where there is scope for improvement. So we want industries to see that any height work is a hazard. We need to take care of this thing, because we don't want anybody to come under this 28%. So like this, we have analyzed it slowly. We want to develop something, some material, booklet, video, pamphlet, whatever it is, to create awareness on this one. This is our intention. And I request all industries to take care of your workers when you handle such works. Next. When we analyze the cause of accident, we could also again, persons falling is second highest. It is non-fatal accidents also, not only fatal, non-fatal also. So machinery moved by mechanical power, that is belt, guards, chain pulleys, all set of rotating parts, contributes 22%. Like that, we can also see the real causes of accident. That's what is there in our department, this thing. We are also seriously looking into health aspects. Our department name is also Industrial Safety and Health. So health aspects also, last year we could able to collect 4 lakh data of workers visiting either ambulance room or OSC inside the factory. We were curious to know why they visit, what is the repetitive issue, health issue that is predominant. We are able to identify gastritis about 15%, then all other this thing. Now we are working, requesting all medical officers to develop booklet, pamphlet, video or PPT, whatever it is, and educate their workers in their factory on these issues, so that across Karnataka, we could be able to find out some 30 to 40 pamphlets by different doctors. All the good ones we can circulate to others where there is no doctor. So primarily we are focusing on industries where doctor is there, factory medical officer. We are trying to make him as a partner with the department, try to do something on this to create awareness in their own factories. And when it is good, we can also tell others also, so many other industries where no doctor is there, you can circulate. This is also our a dream to see that the more awareness is created, the more healthy worker. And the more the healthy worker, the better production with quality and all your issues will be reduced to a great extent. Recently, we brought in Factories Act Amendment 2023, a bill. This is about giving flexibility in working hours and days. Right now, 6 days and 1 weekly holiday is there. Now we can have 5-day week or 4-day week, depending on number of hours. The 48 hours remain same, but with daily hours will change. And we are also allowing women workers for the first time in India to work overtime. And the 3 shifts system is there. The maximum is existing is 9 hours per day, subject to 48 hours per week. That is the present one. Then 6 days a week, 1 weekly holiday. So beyond 9 hours and 48 hours is overtime, double wages. So presently, overtime work is allowed up to 75 hours for 3 months with prior approval. So women workers are not permitted to work overtime presently, and we 24/7 is this arrangement is there by notification. You want to make it a law. This is the existing this thing. Next. So we got some guidelines through draft occupational health and working conditions central rules, where it has mentioned flexibility in working hours without changing 48 hours a week. That remains same. Now we have got 3 different type of flexibility: 6 days a week with 1 day holiday, 5 days a week, 2-day holiday, then 4 days a week, 3 weekly holidays. All weekly holidays are paid holidays. So this is the flexibility government wants to bring to certain industries. Okay, next. This is not. So 48 hours remains same. So only 6 days, 5 days, 4 days it will have. Then for 5-day week, 10 hours per day is the maximum, subject to 48 hours. Then for 4-day, it is 11.5 hours per day. Maximum is 12 hours per shift, that includes your lunch intervals. So there is no work beyond 12 hours. You can also say 11.5 into 4 is not 48. But 12 hours is the maximum spread hour in a day. That is the maximum government has told. Should be within 12 hours. Whether you want today, anything. So beyond all these things, to amount to overtime, double wages. Next. So these amendments are not applicable to all industries. It is not common to all industries. Industries have to make application to state government seeking prior permission for working 4 days or 5 days. 6 days you need not do. As it is, you can continue. The state government, after verification about the working condition, situation, the shop floor condition, whether it is machinery, heavy manufacturing, it requires more this thing, all those things, and only is where AC accommodation, condition, assembling, small work, where there is not much of physical this thing. Such industries may give 4-day week or this thing. That is the present day this thing. So still it is under the control of the state government. It is not for every industries. Again, this gender discrimination is being avoided because we have got various high court judgments, and presently there is a petition before High Court of Karnataka also to allow women workers to do overtime. So that we have brought out now 3 shifts in a day, all 3 shifts they can work. And the other one is the overtime has been increased from 75 hours to 144 hours. The logic behind this, how we arrived at 144. It says 48 hours in a week plus 12 hours is allowed. That 12 hours per month into 4 is 48 in a month. And it is 48 into 144. So beyond anything is a liable legal procedures. But this is also subject to one condition. It is subject to consent of the worker. If he says, I am not able to do it, it has to be honored. So it cannot be forced. So that's why we have to take written consent. This one clause is there. And presently we are controlling this for some period. You have to come to department for approval. After some time, we may give it open without any government approval. You can do on your own. That is the latest stage. Presently, all approvals have to be taken. Then we come to our online services department. I think is known for the technology-based this thing. I want to mention here in Karnataka, the Department of Factories and Policy is the first department when anything comes to Karnataka government on implementation of technology. Whether it is Treasury Khazanah 2 payment, we were the first department to go on protocol type. That is initial assessment. The department will be identified because we are engineers, we are a small department. So any new technology comes to government, they first take our department for trial. So Khazanah 2, even online services, first 2013, 12-13, we started plan approval registration way back. That was the preliminary stage where there are no online services from the government. So like that, we are doing almost all services online, and the icing on the cake is our auto renewal of factory license. We have brought your renewal of license to your kitchen, to your bedroom, to your hall. So you can sit anywhere, just pay the fees, you get instant license online at your doorstep. You need not go to office also. Similarly, paying your BVMP tax. You can sit comfortably at 8 o'clock in your home, open this thing, you can renew it. And you can renew it for any number of years. Up to 15 years, we have allowed. Only criteria is you have to pay the fees. So I think this has brought a tremendous goodwill for the department and government from the industries. And maybe I'm some small issues with software that is there in anything is also being started. Next. We are into new software, and now the existing timeline is Sakala is majority 60 days is there, and we are going to make it 30 days uniformly to all services across Karnataka. This is our gift to our stakeholders. We have brought down to 50% of the time limits. So 30%, if it is not happen, it is auto renewal, auto approved. And every stage where officer is has not done his work within the stipulated time, it will pop up automatically.
Is it deemed approval, sir? Deemed approval or?
Deemed approval after 30 days.
Very good.
Like that. That is the system we are trying to develop in the new software. And we are trying to get all the blessings of all elders and this thing to do all these things. We have a lot of challenges here. Okay, next. Then this occupational safety and health draft rules are there in public domain. I can see that one. You can comment even now. The 1, 2 to 3 points I would like to mention why Karnataka is very proactive in safety and health. Karnataka is the first state to give overtime for women workers that I already mentioned. And in the safety committee, we have made a rules. Karnataka is the first state to give representation to women workers in safety committee. Karnataka is the first state to give representation to contract workers in safety committee. Because the ratio is, it has come down to 20% regular, 80% contract. But they are not involved in these safety committees or committees, in spite of their percentage of workforce is double or triple the regular workforce. So the intention is they are the ones who are going to be affected. So they should be involved in the discussions and working environment. So there are some proactive this thing, whatever we come across over the last 33 years, we have tried to put everything, including that structural engineers enrollment, safety officers enrollment, auditors enrollment. So all these things we have brought in. Is there. Our new initiative is training program for workers. We are trying to increase in more work programs, and we have initiated interaction with various industries associations. We have exclusive interactions with trade union leaders, HR officers, safety officers, factory medical officers. These are the leaders or the influential people who take care of their industries. So we want to interact, and department is always with them for their any issues. And we are here to attend their issues. At the end, we want complaints on safety and health. Then we also give state level safety awards, industry categories, including safety quiz competition for workers, boilers also. But the best part is here is we give best HR or welfare officer award. Usually the department is enforcing department. When you issue notice, HR people receive. They are the first line to receive notice, or some people call love letters. Notice. But why this the enforcement department gives best HR or welfare officer award? Wherever in their factory, if they take care of contract labor, statutory compliance, canteen rate little lower than highly salaried people, because their minimum wages and others are lakhs together. But when it comes to canteen rates, 1 lakh rupee officer is also paying 20 rupees. 13,000 payment worker is also paying 20 rupees. Sometimes he thinks it can get 1 kg rice, their entire family can eat. Because that is his thinking. We want to see that canteen rates are brought down, and they'll be treated like a human beings, and with all compliance. Such HR officers we want to give awards, state level best HR award. So we have initiated in the last 3 years. There is a tremendous response. People should ask why you have been given award, why the department gives you award. Because of this reason, I want to see that this is the intention, wherein we want to bring contract labor into our main this thing. So like this.
Kasi event also, you were emphasizing a lot on the contract labor to be treated better than or equal.
We have, apart from industry also, we are trying to reach out to society. We have identified ITA students, final year students. After their exam, they join the industry. We want to bring them under our stakeholders this thing. So we have developed a booklet, PPT, and we have requested all safety professionals from the industries to go to the nearby ITI, therefore nearby ITI. Take 1 hour class, give books. Books we give free. There will be 1 hour presentation. So we have almost covered more than 500 classes across Karnataka. And Ramnagar has been adopted by Toyota. Koppala, we have got 100% by Kirloskar and other team. Ballari, GSW has done. In Kolan, almost all ITAs have been covered. Like that, my intention is, take for example, there is a Sedam, Gulbarga. It is a remote place. And you can see the condition of ITA. There, if a safety officer goes and takes a class, that is the ultimate thing. Because nobody else goes there. And they are away from all limelights, development, this thing. Like this, we wanted the remote place ITS to be taken care of nearby industries. So we are trying to do that, and this is getting good response. We want to go to all industry, all colleges, being diploma college, engineering college, even IIM also. We want to send some good people there to go and talk on safety and like that. So ITN and This is our department initiative. This Surakshate Arivu or induction training. This is for small industries where it doesn't come under purview of the Factories Act itself. So 5 workers, 10 workers, even the owner is not a expert in anything. He is the master in all, but safety issues. So we wanted to develop a booklet, induction booklet for small workers. This some of our officers have distributed in Pinya, like going to each and every road is free. And Pinya Association is CASIA, SISI. We have circulated this about 12,000 copies. PDF is there. The second book is for ITI, and then is drinking water. There is English, Kannada, both are there. This is written by Dr. Rudraswamy from Volo. Video is also there. And this year we brought out working at height and conveyor belt safety. This conveyor belt safety developed by Ultratech Cement. Then working at height is done by Toyota. Then we have a pocket booklet for workers. Next. This is the pamphlet for health testing, gastritis. Then we have gastritis, Kannada, English, drinking water, Kannada, English, Hindi. Some enthusiasts have done in Hindi also. Simple drinking water. We are trying to identify what is the core issue, why kidney stone comes, how dehydration happens, what are the symptoms, like that. And department has taken a proactive step in conducting seminars. Chemical Disaster Prevention Day, we conducted 8 seminars. That includes Bidar, Raichur, Gulbarga also, apart from Bangalore. So 8 programs we conducted. More and more we wanted to do. In National Safety Day, this year after Corona, we restarted all our regional this thing. State level we had on 4th March. In Mysore we had on 6th March. And 6th March evening we had first time in Chamarajanagar district, where only 2 major industries are just installing their plant. So we started in Chamarajanagar also. I'm so happy to share with you. That is a place where nothing reaches, but we have already started safety day function. And then we had in Bangalore also, Kalburgi also. When I was the area inspector 2005, I started this. After that, there were some years it was there. Again, we restarted. And so happy to say all 8 cement industry HODs were there for the cause of safety. That was the thing. Then we had recently in Ballari, Koppala, 24th. And of course, I have to add this also. This also safety. BCIC also, instruction with BCIC. So we are trying to do more, encourage more, give more awards, identify good people who gives positive energy towards safety and health. Recognizing good persons, good practices, good intention. At the end, intention is reducing accident, comfortable life. So this thing, next. So in this thing overall, what is the department intention? I have told everything. I think in one last slide I can say, department intention is to achieve 0 accidents. That is the ultimate thing, and it's my dream and everybody's dream. It should be. So to achieve that 0 accident, what is that? So we need to create awareness of all stakeholders, be workers, supervisors, managers, occupiers, everybody. And we should also take care of student community, IT students, engineers. So they should also understand from now itself. And to achieve this, we need to focus on least salaried person. Who are the least salaried person? You can say contract labor. Then we come to this housekeeping. You see, you can go and see housekeeping even in your own canteen. They come and eat in the last, after everything is over. They will have this sambar without vegetables. The rice is not warm. All items, maybe if you see one palya, it doesn't have quantity because nobody cares for them. That's why I used to tell my HR friends, go and eat in the last. You understand? Right? Eat in the last. At least put one person to eat in the last every day. So you assess
Canteen quality.
canteen. It is not that some people don't go to canteen, HR. They go in the beginning, taste it, good, everything is good, quantity, there's warm is there, everything is there, fresh is there. But last people, who is that? So we need to focus. They are the people who are not being focused on safety, health, welfare, everything. We wanted, including we started focusing on truck drivers. Recently, we came across 2 fatal accidents involving truck drivers, 2 fatal accidents. Again, the truck driver will be inside the factory. If he comes at 11:30, he will be there at 3:30. Everybody goes for lunch at 1:30. He should stand there. He's also a human being. He also requires drinking water, restroom, food, sleep like you and me. And some industries don't have courtesy. They have a canteen, go and eat there. Whatever is the cost you pay. Some people take decision, no, outsiders not allowed. Here we had that contract labor is not allowed board, like just like British used to say, India is not allowed. This is only for officers. Contract labor not allowed. This is a mindset of this thing we wanted to take away. And we have started going to contract labor canteen, eating there. Wherever I go to contract labor canteen only. I sit there, I call even plant head to come and have lunch with me in the contract canteen, so that you will understand what is that. So when we upgrade these least salaried or least educated people, the standards of the industry automatically rises. And the contract workers rates for canteen. And I've got one good example, I think I shared earlier, some of you might have done. The Tata BP Solar, way back in 2000, I was area officer. They used to give free to the regular workers and we used to charge on contract labor. Not many contract workers used to eat because of the cost. Then I wrote to the MD, sir, I remember saying this word, if in India, if Tata people, if they don't implement factory cycle, where shall I go? To whom shall I ask? Then I requested them to do something. Next day they reversed. It is free for contract workers. They started charging at different rates. Permanent worker, if he gets 30,000, is one rate. Officer, if he gets 60,000, higher rate. The officer more than 1 lakh, another higher rate. They started slab system. See, officer getting ₹1 lakh can save 50 rupees. It's not a burden for him. But 13,000 salary, after deducting ESI, PF, he gets 11,000. And he is the one who does the dirty job. His hands are always soiled, either this thing. But he will not be provided good soap to wash his hand. And people who are sitting in corporate office, glass houses, when they come to canteen, they provide these things. We will not get our hands soiled. It's not that we should not get. They should be given the good thing. If they wash their hand, they eat good food. And that will become good health. And that will result in reducing some sort of action. So that was the intention. We have started driving. When housekeeping staff PPs, we have started. And our intention is we want to give paperless service to all government service. I personally believe nobody should come to my office for any approval. You make application within that time. If there is an issue, you will get back feedback. Such things are not there. If it is there, you get approval. For approval sake, you need not come. I don't want anybody to waste their precious time coming and sitting office, requesting for approval also. And that's a paperless service we want to do. That's a vision of the government, not me. This is the government vision I'm trying to implement. So we want to be a facilitator. The act, once code comes, we can become facilitator, come inspector. Inspector is the last thing. When you don't have complaints on safety issues, there is an accident. So we are we have to work like inspectors at that time. Otherwise, this thing, and we want to work with this government will always available for industry, trade union, general public, all my stakeholders, and ultimately, my dream or vision is to take my department to the doorstep of my stakeholders. It's a industry, it's a trade union, workers, colleges, engineering college, ITI, or even schools. This year, I also become the chairman of National Safety Council Karnataka chapter. So this another opportunity is there. One more platform is there. So we can try to this thing. So these are this thing, and I look forward from BCIC. We can work together. We have some challenges also. We want to conduct some a training even for our officers on communication, leadership, even technology. What are the new technologies? So BCIC is aware of such things. We can work together under the joint umbrella of BCIC and department. We can do, or you can come on. I can suggest if you know where the faculty is there in India. So I look forward to support, and together with BCIC, we can develop some more useful materials, booklets, small videos, pamphlets jointly. We will circulate across Karnataka, and the expertise, the knowledge that is available in BCIC, I think some of the wonderful gentlemen, our captains of industries who are also present. I just want to utilize whatever is there for the sake of our stakeholders. I think with this, I keep this forum open for any questions. You are free to ask any question.
Thank you, sir. You gave a very detailed presentation. Thank you very much. And you touched upon amendments that were made recently on the Factories Act, making women also part of the working class, bringing in more diversity. You also touched upon auto renewal of licenses and automation of approvals with regard to online services. And you also gave us a glimpse of the various publications that the Department of Factories has and disseminated to people. And as you rightly said, today is a beginning. And going forward, we'll see more and more close interaction with BCIC and the Department of Factories as well as National Safety Council. Thank you, sir. And I now request members, if there are any questions, you can raise your hands. And sir is here to answer those questions. Mr. Ramesh. Yeah, any questions, Mr. Ramesh?
You can also share questions later on.
Yeah, you can post your questions in chat box as well.
Chat box.
Yeah.
We can also answer later.
Yeah.
If you have time, you can go on to next speaker. Yes. Mute.
Sir, are we promoting this ISO framework 45001?
Safety audit rules we have brought out in the draft rules. So anybody wants to do that, they have to follow that. But it is not like Factories Act doesn't say anything on that one. But as an industry, they should follow, and there is the audit system.
Hello. Sorry, I am interrupting. I am Ramesh. I am Ramesh here. As a good presentation, information. It is covered everything. Thank you very much, sir. We are having multiple questions. One is that which factory rule we should follow, either 1969 or 2022.
So 1969 only.
1969, and if that is the case,
why such draft rules are in currently in the draft stage only. It is not notified. Once the code is notified by Government of India, then the rules also will come into force. So presently, Karnataka Factories Rules 1969 and Factories Act 1948. That is a law presently.
Okay. Then see, if 1969, if you refer, first aid box is asking 24 items. 24 items to be kept. But we are keeping that, but you never use in the whole year. Okay, that where please don't take otherwise. Just I am clarifying with you. See, 24 items they mentioned in the 1969 rule, factory rules. We never use that. That people are asking for a different. Even doctors also suggesting, no sir, this is not right. You use this one, this one, this one. So how to come out from that, sir?
A good question. We give liberty to you to have your first aid box with a state of the requirement, present a requirement. You can choose and keep it. Will not come and say you have put a new one, updated one. You should put old one only. Intention is first aid box should be available for the requirement in case of an injury. What is that required? Emergency. Some medicines may be available. It is for you to keep it. And ultimately, see that the first aid treatment is done within the short period of time and the best of the prescribed contents. And you are free to update whatever you want to keep it. No issue. And anybody you can bring it to my knowledge. I'll also.
Yes, sir, thank you. Sir, thank you for your answer. But here we are facing a lot of problems. Sorry, sir, I am interrupting because it is a major for us. See here, what is happening? Either auditors are not accepting or government officials are not accepting that. Whatever rule says, you need to keep 24 items.
Sir, I suggest to have a meeting of your auditors with me. I think all your legal issues will be resolved.
Okay.
You organize one meeting with Director of Factories. We too have a lot of questions.
Okay, definitely.
If you have some issues, we are not going against you. We are trying to support you. I understand industry, you require some auditing, third-party certification, all those things. We will try to help you.
Sorry, I am interrupting once again. Sorry, once again interrupting here. Again, it is not. I'm not talking about that, sir. Only rule what it says, what you are maintaining. Is it right or wrong? That's all, sir. We are for the rule, no doubt. And one more thing is, sir, very good, fantastic. Point you explained that auto renewal. Okay, digital India, we are going now. Fantastic, sir. But there's a paperless also you covered. But factory license and contract labor license, after renewal, this online renewal, again, officers are asking you should bring that certificate and you take a signature and seal. But is there value in that online, sir, paperless?
So thank you for bringing to my notice. It does not require signature of any officer if it is come out from their website, official website. It is always there, and you need not go to office to put the signature of officer. It is not required. And if you want, we'll issue a circular also, and that will come through BCIC also. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. One more question is there, sir. Please. See, now we talked about 24/7 working of the women's, even men's also, and these overtime hours. Sir, now I don't want to take it to the politics because now getting the operators or laborers, even helpers, I'm not talking about skilled laborers, is very difficult for us. Even labor, they themselves, they are asking, sir, we cannot survive, you give us overtime and all. So how to come out from this, sir?
Sir, that is a challenge. Both you, me, everybody has to work together and sort out all the issues. So anything I can do, I am available. And
Yes,
you can also consult others doing that. So you
One more
can
last
come and discuss, sir. You can note down my mobile number. I take your WhatsApp calls, messages. Any issue is there, you can raise with me personally also.
One more last question, sir, please.
Mr. Nagaraj is also raised in answer. Last question, yeah, go ahead.
Last question. See, sir, now if you compare Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, registered companies are very less in Karnataka, sir. Then why we are, lagging in that, sir? Is there any particular reasons as government, any survey they made?
No, I cannot compare with the other state. You have to compare. How is there in that state? How is this in this state? And if you feel we have to improve in some areas, I am open. That's why I come here to make friendship
great.
with all of you. So you can talk to your friend.
Okay, great.
Please,
Great,
your
sir.
friend.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Srinivas, sir.
Talk to your
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Nagaraj, please. Nagaraj?
He's on.
Nagaraj is on mute, I think.
Okay. Nagaraj is on.
Can you unmute?
You cannot.
You have to unmute yourself, Mr. Nagaraj.
Tell him.
No.
Sir Nagaraj, you're on mute.
Okay, members here, any questions you want to ask? So if there are no other questions, let us express our sincere thanks to
questions. They can
Mr. Srinivas. And meanwhile, I think Mr. Nagaraj just
That
posed
we
something on chat box. Can you just read it out?
Unable to mute him.
Unable to mute. Okay. Okay. Meanwhile, what we'll do today is we have one more eminent speaker from Bosch Limited, Mr. VC Mohan. I will request him to start the proceedings. And meanwhile, if you have any questions to ask either to Mr. Srinivas or Mr. Mohan, you can always do that during the course of the interaction. Mr. Srinivas is going to be available with us for some time. Mr. Mohan is from Bosch Limited. He's Senior General Manager, heading the HS. He's responsible for India operations as well as for Australia and Asia. A man of rich experience in this field, an engineer by education, and he's also a veteran like Mr. Srinivas. So I would now request Mr. Mohan to take over the proceedings from here and give his views on industrial safety and the best practices that are followed in Bosch Limited. Over to you, Mr. Mohan.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. First, thanks BCIC for this opportunity. I am representing Bosch, and whatever I speak, it is the experience what we have in Bosch. Since I am responsible for coordination across India, whatever I present today represents good practices from 17, 18 manufacturing locations we have in India. Also, thanks to Bidadi Industries Association, because they were also in touch with me to join this talk. Thanks, it's a great opportunity. And for me, what is really interesting is I am sitting next with the director, Mr. Srinivas. This is a great opportunity for me. And also I request him, sir, please keenly, I will take about 15 minutes. And if you have some questions or some suggestions, I look forward for those suggestions. So what I do is, whatever I present today in 5-6 slides this is our strategy for the year 2023. As you know, Bosch is a global company having more than 440,000 employees across, and we are 88 billion euro company. And in India, we are here since 1922. Last year, we celebrated 100 years. And the first manufacturing plant was started in Bangalore, the Adgodi, from where I work. And it is more than 70 years now. And right now, we do not have manufacturing in Adgodi. The plant has been shifted to Bidadi. And including Bidadi, we have 17 manufacturing locations starting from Himachal Pradesh till Tamil Nadu. And I will use this opportunity to just share what is that we are doing. We are at certain level of maturity. But as rightly said by Mr. Srinivas, it is the zero accident which is the ultimate aim of any safety professional. And that's what I'm going to present. Always the work safety is the interaction between man and the machine. And many, when you analyze the accidents, near misses, and first aid cases, either it is because of man or it is because of some shortcomings in the machine. So this is what we are continuously working on to bring a cohesive and collaborative system or process between man and machine so that we can avoid accidents and we can realize zero accident as a true north goal of ours. Next slide, please. So what I would start is I would start with man. We have a model called LIFE. It is basically short form of learn, identify, fix, and evaluate. So this is exactly how we practice in our manufacturing locations. See, the entire objective of this LIFE model is to engage with employees at all levels. It starts with the plant management. They go on Gemba to the shop floor. It could be scheduled Gemba or sometimes unscheduled. They go through the lines, and we have a system called Learn to See. So this Learn to See comes only when we go into the shop floor, start observing for deviations. It could be unsafe condition, or it could also be unsafe act. So this is from one of our locations, and this was taken as one of our leading strategies for the year 2022, and we have seen very good results. So first, it is the responsibility. Many times what we have seen is the ownership and the responsibility. Unless we are clearly defined, then safety becomes very complicated. So this is where, for individual processes, individual machines, individual departments, the responsibility has to be owned, and somebody has to say that this machine, this process is safe to work, and the associate can 100% be sure that at any cost there is no incidents in this machine. So the reporting, the involvement, then the sharing of expectations and perform, this is what we look at. So this is all a transparent system. Everything will be available in the shop floor, in the boards. And also, if there are some areas for improvement, the immediate corrective actions and preventive actions are defined. Because of automation and digitalization, we are also making this into a process, online process. So what we call as the LPC-led process confirmation checks. So this is how we are moving forward. Next slide, please. See, for most of us know that FLM, frontline managers or supervisors or the foremen, they are the first phase with associates who work in manufacturing. And these FLMs, many times they have to interact with their managers before they take any decision concerned to their departments. So this was there for a long time. And when we collected the inputs from the FLMs, they said that if they are empowered to take some decisions with respect to stopping the machines, if there is some unsafe condition, or taking some action on the associate if is observed to be repeatedly doing some unsafe acts, then this could be more effective. So our FLMs, frontline managers, ask for some power at their level. Without consulting the managers, they can take action. And this is how we started this journey, in fact, from 2021 onwards during the COVID time. And this has also given us very good results. And there is a clear system to monitor the performance of frontline managers. And based on their performance, we also award these frontline managers. See, in Bosch, one of the key things we have understood is it is very important to recognize and reward people to keep them motivated. It is not only keeping them motivated, keeping the entire team motivated. You can see here in many occasions, such frontline managers have been awarded. Next slide. So this is how the assessment is done, how they comply with the layered process checklist. Have they completed the actions based on the unsafe act and unsafe conditions? Number of near misses reported by the frontline managers. Then number of safety continuous improvements reported by FLMs. Then the status of the incidents, whether it is zero incident department or there are some incidents. Training status of all workers coming under such frontline managers. how many open points have been raised and what is the status of these open points. So this is how the assessment is done. Some locations are doing on a quarterly basis, half-yearly basis, and annual basis. And based on this, we recognize the frontline managers. So as I said, it is to engage the FLM so that they effectively interact with the associates, and in the end, we can realize that the goal of zero accident. Next slide, please. See, for us, one of the biggest challenges is reporting of first aid cases. We always find that the first aid cases are not getting reported. Whenever there is some cut and bruises, the associate or even the white collar, they go to the nearest first aid box. They put some, first aid, and that's it. Because when we do the checks, which are done on a weekly basis, we find that some cream is used, Dettol is used, cotton is used. But when we look at our records, these are not reported. Unless such first aid cases are reported, it becomes very difficult to understand what are the deficiencies in the process, what are the deficiencies in the machine, and how to avoid that first aid cases. Because as we know, it works like a pyramid. So it is near misses, first aid cases, reportable accidents, and after some time it could be a fatal incident. So this we have taken for this year. And also we have taken some good practices from our locations in Germany, where they are very proactive in reporting first aid cases. So see, we have a good system for reporting NMUACs, near miss, unsafe act, and unsafe condition. Also, in the similar way, we expect good results by end of the year. We are working on the campaigns, and also we are trying to motivate departments who are reporting more first aid cases, recognize them, and reward them. See, the biggest challenge here is the behavior of the people, because most of the time, including me, if I get a cut, I don't inform any, my team or the safety officer, whoever it is. I think there is some deficiency within me, so I should keep quiet, get the first aid, and done with that. So that mindset needs to be changed, but it is not easy. We are working on that. Next slide. Also for us, another important area of focus is business continuity. This is where we have a strong ERT team, emergency response team. And this emergency response team has multiple responsibilities along with firefighting. They also take care of medical emergencies, then environmental emergencies. Also, they report unsafe act and unsafe conditions. Because as you know, emergency response team is at the site along with security 24/7, including holidays. And they go around, and the moment they see any deviations or any unsafe conditions, immediately that is reported and corrected. So this is part of our business continuity management, and also ensure that the safety of our employees and the safety of our assets is taken care, and we continue to meet the requirement of our customers. Because for an industry, finally, what is important is meeting the expectation of customer in terms of quality, delivery, cost, whatever it is. And into that, we have built safety. So it is SQCD. Next slide. So I spoke about human in this interaction. Coming to the machines, see, as I said, Bosch is in India for manufacturing activities for more than 70 years. And some of our conventional products are still in demand. We have a diesel fuel injection pump. It is called inline pump. And still this pump is has a big demand for off-highway applications and, tractors. And these are manufactured in conventional machines. And some of our machines are quite old. It could be 10, 15, 20 years. And it's always a challenge to bring in complete POCO in these machines, so that even if somebody wants to fool the system, it will be intelligent enough to take care. So what we are doing is we are continuously working on this proactively. But sometimes I should also say that we learn from some incidents. It could be a near miss or some first aid case, or sometimes even reportable incidents. And we take measures, and whatever the measures we take horizontally deployed across the location and across all locations in India. And the major intervention we have done is in the area of two-hand operations and also light curtains. And light curtains, the more you understand, it is more interesting. And we are working with some of the vendors who have very good technical capabilities to improve the safety, because light curtain is something which needs good analysis, what type is suitable, and it should be at what distance from the hazard area. All this needs to be understood, and then only it can work well. For us, other important aspect is the people who maintain the machines. We call them as staff, technical functions in our organization. They work very closely with the value streams, that is the production departments and HSE. This staff function brings in a lot of knowledge, and also their support is very much required. See, the problem is not with machines which are running well. The problem comes in machines where there are a lot of interruptions. So they take out the guards. It could be side guards or the rear guards. It is always guard is fitted with 4 to 6 screws. And many times we find that if there is repeated incidents, they put only one or other screw. And always there is a chance that somebody can play mischief. He can put his hand or finger in hazardous area and meet with accidents. We have seen such accidents even happening now. So this is where we are using the technical functions, their experience to improve the system and to ensure that we offer a safe machine, safe process for our associates. And as Mr. Srinivas said, the flexible labor model is there, and it is there. Bosch also has adopted flexible labor model. We have more and more youngsters coming into our manufacturing locations, and that makes it more difficult because they come from ITIs or colleges, and their skill and competency is always a challenge. Even though we have very good training and buddy system, still for us the biggest concern is this flexible labor model. We are trying to improve our systems. Next slide, please. See, behavior-based safety is something I need to conclude with this slide. See, always we believed that it is very difficult to address this issue, but of late, with many examples and many industries going for this, we are finding that we can observe the behavior of our associates, and also we can measure, we can put proper corrective actions in place. So this is going to be a very hard journey for us, but we are working on that. We are observing the behavior of our associates. We are also trying to explain what are the consequences of good behavior or bad behavior. And also we are making them to program so that they don't deviate from the standard operating procedures. But it is easier said than done. And we are working on this. Maybe by end of the year, we can share some of the results, positive results, which could come out of this initiative. Next slide. And lastly, we have embraced the latest technology. So more and more we are going into digitalization of our work safety processes and practices. This is being done across all the locations. We have already done automation of near miss reporting. Even a contract associate using his mobile, he can report near miss. It's not only on Bosch Global Net, it's also available in the internet. The work permit system is digitalized. The open point list monitoring or tracking is digitalized. Even the chemical management system, where it needs the approval for introducing new chemical, the various legal systems to be followed, that is digitalized. And MA is nothing but machines and equipments for the machine. When the machine is new machine, it has to be released before putting into operation, or if there is relocated, or if it undergoes a major maintenance, it has to go through a safety release. So all this system, we are in the process of, we have automated all this system, and we have a few more for this year and coming years. Next slide. So this is last slide to conclude for us, for Bosch in India. Base for our success in business is zero accident. And we are working on, as I said, mindset, where we want to ensure, make them understand that they should go back safely to their homes. So our workplaces are not for causing injuries to them. So to the best extent possible, we are providing them safe workplace, but their collaboration to the system is most essential. Responsibility and accountability. So all the stakeholders are clearly, defined what are the responsibilities and how they are accountable. So as I said, one side is reward and recognition. Also, we have a system of penalizing people, as I said, who continuously, lead to unsafe acts. That's also there. And finally, the engagement. So we are also working with our suppliers. Value chain partners are our suppliers. We have a system of supporting them. We have regular interaction with them. This is also globally driven by Bosch, because our value chain is very important for us. We are also motivating our value chain to become our partners for exports, because Bosch is looking at India to be a source of manufacturing for across different regions. So this is how we are working. So thanks for this opportunity to share our experience. And if you have one or two questions, we can interact. Also, you can contact me at any time. And finally, I want to make a statement is that the Department of Factories is one catalyst for us to reach this level of higher maturity, because I regularly interact with most of the officers, and we have got very good guidance and support from the department. And this is one of the key reasons that we are at this level of maturity. And also we have learned a lot from others. I don't want to name other industries, but we are always open to learn, and it is easy to copy and paste instead of reinventing the wheel. So we are open for sharing our good practices with industry friends, and also learn from others. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mohan. Thanks for sharing Bosch's best practices. And members, do you have any questions to ask Mr. Mohan or anything to clarify? Mr. Raghav. Raghavendra? Okay, we have one more speaker today, Mr. Raghavendra Krishnamurthy. He's a founder director of Antiz Technologies, wherein they impart a lot of training program. They create a software by using virtual reality through the software called Suraksha. And they have a lot of modules on industrial safety. So this gives an opportunity for all of us to understand what this software is all about and how trainings can be imparted to your employees and officers. So I now request Mr. Raghavendra Krishnamurthy to take over the floor and explain and run us through this virtual reality platform. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Good morning, good afternoon to all of you. Yeah. And I think we had a good session from Mr. Srinivas, and thank you for that. I think, it was very insightful in terms of understanding the challenges of the contract workforce. And thank you, Mr. Mohan, as well. And it was very, very insightful in terms of understanding what Bosch is doing and, the way forward. And thank you, Mr. Murali and Dr. Devaraj from BCIC for giving us this second opportunity to present ourselves, what we do. Antiz Technologies has been in the business for the last 10 years. And then, we have been working in the digital transformation using gamification and immersive learning. I think, one of the most important aspects in any learning is, typical conventional or traditional learning is through a PPT or a video. And, how effective and how impactful is the most important thing. I mean, there is a famous saying that I tell you, you forget. I show you, I might remember. And I involve you, you understand. So the whole idea is how do we make sure the training is more involved, more engaging, and more interactive, so that the people who undergoes the training would understand exactly what they have learned and how they would put these into practice. Especially when we are talking about the contract workforce, right? A large contract workforce, which is of course in Karnataka as well as across India. The most important is from a safety standpoint, how do they understand and learn where the hazards are. The first and the foremost important is they need to identify and learn where the hazard. So what we are trying to do is through the gamification and immersive learning, we are trying to bring in that more experiential way of understanding and ability for these blue collar workers to respond to these scenarios and situations when it actually happens. So that's the whole idea. So what we have done, we have built this platform called Suraksha, and I have my colleague, co-founder Shrikant, who is also, we are no stranger in terms of technology innovation. Earlier to this organization, Shrikant had co-founded another organization called RelQ, which was purely software testing area, and in '98, and we pioneered that and became a large organization. And so, after that, this Antiz Technologies have been formed, and we are trying to bring in this innovation in terms of the safety platform. That is what Suraksha is all about. Suraksha provides experiential safety training. The most important is it's available on smartphones as well. Because when we are talking about the contract workforce, I think a lot of this new next gen, especially the ITIs and the diplomas, they are very, very savvy about the smartphones and the digital technologies. The Suraksha platform is available on the smartphones as well. And, it has got multiple safety topics. And Sir Srinivas, you were mentioning about the height work. And, how do we make sure that this safety topics or the safety modules reaches to the last person in the organization? I think that is what is very, very important. Because when we have been talking to multiple organizations, the white collar workers or the blue collar workers, which are part of the organization, will have access to the e-learning modules. Whereas when you come to, it goes to the contract workforce, they don't have access to it. And it's a typical how the trainings are done is, you take them through a group training and it's done through a PPT or a video. And finally, in the end, there are some, assessment kind of questions are done on a paper and a pencil, and that is how it is done. And it is all done once in a year. And, the challenge is to reach out to them. And the challenge is how do you make sure that all the safety topics and how do they identify these hazards was very, very important. So what we have done, we have built this platform, Suraksha. And Suraksha has got 16 safety topics, right from the height work, the electrical safety, the construction safety, LPG cylinder safety. All of them have been done with a very simple way, a learn and an assessment. A learn is through a learn video, and it can be in the local language. And the assessments are done in terms of a picture quiz. And I just wanted to share an example. We were discussing with Toyota Bushuku, and of course, they have the contract workforce of about 1,500. And they get contract workforce across multiple states and regions as well. The typical training and the assessment was done like, you have a paper in English, the questions, and then the responses as well. So somebody, if doesn't understand English, the safety officer needs to sit with the contract worker, read out the question and then translate that into Hindi or Kannada, and then read out the answer as well. Then the safety officer used to tick that, hey, this is what is the right answer. Then he would go and make the note. So what we did was we came up with an innovative solution of doing it as a picture quiz, where you present the hazard and the contract workforce would identify where the hazards are, right? And so it has got a learn and multiple assessments, and finally it's all available on the cloud, and you get the certificate once you pass. So that is how the Suraksha platform is built, and it has got, of course, many features of the platform as well. Can you please go to the next slide? And these are all the typical safety topics. And right now we have 25 safety topics available, and we are enhancing this safety topics as we speak. By every quarter, we add the new safety topics into it. We work closely with Toyota Group companies. And there are specific to ones like Stop 7 or Stop 6+2. And there are very, very specific in terms of Toyota Group company safety topics. Of course, which are very generic in nature. We are using it for the other customers as well as the other audiences as well. Can you go to the next one, please? And these are some of the benefits. Of course, it is the skill, because it provides experiential one, and it provides more and more the safety, unsafe acts and unsafe conditions we were able to simulate. And I will show you a small quick, I know we are running out of time, quick demo of Suraksha on one of the topics, and which we can seed the unsafe acts and unsafe conditions. And for some of our customers, what we are doing is some of the safety incidents we have been simulating, and that safety incident is going to the last person in the organization as well. And these are all some of our implementation. One which was done in Tata Motors, then Toyota Engines. Then there is a factory of Titan watches in Pantnagar. So some of our implementations. So can I share the screen, please? I will share the screen. Give me one moment.
Essentially, safety training is quite dull. We are trying to make it more exciting. One is understanding the topic in very less time, using the videos, which are basically infographic, cartoon-based videos and all that, where they understand. And they get assessed either through picture quiz, which is language agnostic, and also through games, where you, in a game, let's say in a chemical warehouse and all that, you walk around, there are hazards that are randomly seeded, and you have to identify. Once you identify, then you have to mitigate that through different options. So that way you earn points. So playing games, that is also part of the assessment. So learn and assess. Of course, you can take these games to bigger levels. You can make it immersive. You can put it on virtual reality, and then without going actually to the factory, you can sit anywhere, and then you can simulate the factory, and then you can walk around. So these are all the things. Personally, I'm an industrial engineer, been in the industry for so long, and in the IT industry also for very long. We are focused on industry. currently we are focused on
The manufacturing.
the manufacturing industry in what do you call the discrete manufacturing industry, really, not in the process now. But in discrete manufacturing industry, we have identified the top 20 topics that are usually there, and that we have brought it into the system. For each topic, we have got this videos and assessment through either picture quiz or games. And what we also see is that, right now the training is all one size fits all, that you have a huge training program for everyone, you get the same program. But with this library of these items, you can customize the training program to different roles for an electrician or for a floor factory operator. You can only select and then create a program very quickly and give that program to them. It's a role-based training program. So that way you can reduce the training and you can focus it on the people.
Perfect. So thank you, Shrikant. So I have this Suraksha platform. I hope all of you can see
This
it.
is in cloud now.
This is in cloud and it's available on the cloud and it's available on a PC and it's available on smartphone also. Right. And once you have
Now the cases that we have is, we have Schneider who is using it to train, to get their field technicians who are all across India, some 800 of them. They have to take the certification every 6 months. They do it on the mobile. They get certified. They get a certificate on their email. And the person sitting over here can understand who are the people who have taken it, who have not taken it. And then he can, because all these service technicians are through franchises. So that way they were earlier not able to implement it. But now every 6 months they are able to implement it. People go through a standard program. They do a picture quiz, they do a small game, and they pass it, they get a certificate. Only then they are allowed to get out to the field.
So I will, I'm just logging in. I mean, for, contract workforce, we can put their mobile numbers also. I mean, one of the easiest way people ask is, whether how can they do it? And they can use their mobile phones and then do a login. I log in and it can be multilingual. I can select the language, either a Kannada, the Hindi, or a Tamil, or whatever language they want. They can do that. Let me go to the electrical safety. And, we were mentioning about, there is a learn. And there are, the quizzes or the assessment part of it. So I will go to the learn directly. Oh, there is an audio.
In Kannada also.
We have this in Kannada, Tamil, Telugu.
We do that video and then you can become multiple articles.
So, sir, you were talking about, talking about the contract workforce, basically.
Our target audience is the blue collar workers. Get down to the lowest level. We have got an association with IAPMO, who is also into water and food hygiene and things like that. So using that, we are trying to digitally train the people on the floor, contract workers, including cooks, including the servers. Okay, these kind of people, how do they actually use digital technology to get trained? So that is our approach. Rather than to the white collar and full-time employees, they have whole other facilities. But these are the people that this is the audience who is our target. In fact, right out in the office, there are fellows on the cards and all that. Our idea is, how do they learn? How do I teach them? They see a video, they can understand in their local language. And with a small picture quiz, you can understand how much they have learned. So simple things like this to get these people, and don't teach them things which are not relevant to them. So you have to be very focused, show them a video, get them a small quiz, and they understand and they are able to do it very well. All these guys are very good on their mobiles and YouTube and stuff like that.
Perfect. So let me, I have, gone through the video. So as a contractor, I go through the video. Then there's a small picture quiz. And this picture quiz, keeps evolving. And then, we keep building the repository of this. And I have to just touch. These are all touch enabled. When I'm using a smartphone, they're all touch enabled. I touch where the hazard is. So I get the score. This gentleman is not wearing the PPE, so that's a hazard. So like this, we keep evolving and adding the more and more the picture quiz to this, and people understand where the hazards are. And there is a liquid spill here, and you're not supposed to put too many connections onto the extension box. So like this, we keep adding. Like this, we have the picture quiz for multiple safety topics. And, once I complete, I get a certificate. There is also, a couple of other things which you make them, learn. For example, the PPE, what PPEs I need to wear if you need to do the electrical job. Right, and I will have to just touch. These are all touch enabled. The most important is I wear the shoe, I wear my glove, then I wear a helmet, then I wear a reflective jacket and a. And if now I've done all well, so I pass. Now, if you keep observing, there is a score which keeps incrementing as well. And finally, there is one a simple simulation game, and we have simulated the electrical substation. Now I need to walk around and identify where the hazard is. Right? There is a hazard here, and if I identify right, I get a score. And whether it's an unsafe condition or an unsafe act. And what happens? What is the impact of the hazard? And each one of the topic will take about 6 to 8 minutes. A learn video, a picture quiz, and a PPE game on the simulation game with about 8-10 minutes. They will be able to quickly do it. And if you keep observing, there is a score. So like this, I keep walking around, and we can build, seed the hazards of the abnormalities.
We call this hazard scenario games. We've created one for a prototype for Tata Motors where we train drivers. They have SOPs, but no one reads the SOPs. From the SOPs, we have created 10 protocols. How to start the truck, how to reverse a truck, how to unload. So like that, different protocols. And we have created small games. These are all even 1-minute games. Using that, the drivers were able to play it. It just takes about 5 to 10 minutes for them to play, and based on that, they get scored. So they have nearly about 1,500, 2,000 vehicles, heavy vehicles in and out of the factory. And they have to be very careful. Some of them are huge trucks, the way they back out, and with the huge equipment they carry to unload and all that. So they have to follow strictly some protocols. So from the SOPs, we have pulled out and made certain protocols. And that we convert into games. Yeah. A video will tell them what are the different protocols you have to follow, and assessment is that we present them some. He has to do it. They were able to do it very quickly.
So you don't have to own the software; it's in cloud. You just have to pay some fee.
Yeah, that is it is. They have multiple plants. They have people in all the different plants, so it's on the cloud, and they did it on a kiosk, a touch-based kiosk.
Yes.
What they're asking is, in that you should take a photograph of that guy, and then after he completes it, put out a sticker with this guy's name and face and all that. He has to either stick it on his truck. Every 6 months, he has to go through that training. So we try to make it easy for people like the drivers and contract workers and all that to get trained, get certified, and then operate.
So, I mean, this is a simple, a game where we have built. So for all the safety topics, we have this kind of model. And since it is hosted on the cloud, and anyone who have internet connectivity and a smartphone and able to access it will be able to take this course, get certified. And, from an industry standpoint, before they get to the industry, if they understand more on the safety and, they are aware of the safety aspects of it, I'm sure, it would be very, very helpful, beneficial, both from the contract workforce, the contractor industry as well. So that's the whole idea, which we are trying to work. And our focus is on make it as simple as possible from a contract and a blue collar workforce.
And this games also, simulations, basically they call it serious games, hazard scenario games, protocol games and stuff like that. This hazard scenario games, right now we have maybe about 6 to 8 hazards planted into them. But as we go ahead, we can add more and more hazards. So that whole game becomes more rich, the number of hazards you plant. But every time you play that game, just like a game, you don't see all the hazards at the same time. It will just pick out 5 of them and plant it over there. So you don't know which are the hazards that are being planted. So you have to, like a game, only it's a serious game rather than entertainment.
Yeah, sure.
The last point is, in many of the organizations, especially where the contract employees will be in numbers, 100 people, 200 people, 300 people joining in a week's time or in a month's time or in 15 days time. So usually the organizations like 1,000 to 500, 5,000 employees organization, they will have 5 days or 7 days induction program. Even though they have the e-programming and the e-learning and everything, with this Suraksha implemented in a couple of organizations, they were able to reduce to 2 days. 2 hours. And the assessment.
50% reduction in induction training for contract workers. They generally have 25 people coming into the induction every week, actually.
Every week. Okay. And the management has given a clear this one that the production time for each contract employees will be.
Thank you, Mr. Raghavendra.
Thank you.
Thanks for the presentation of how to impact training. I'm sure most of the members would have got a glimpse of it and they'll in fact get in touch with you, hopefully.
Sure.
And sir is also here, is also National Safety Council chairman.
Sure.
I'm sure he's going to propagate your theme of making it more visual and more ideas coming in. Thank you.
Sir,
any questions?
I have one question, sir. I have one question. Sorry, I'm interrupting Ramesh here. Sorry. Sir, who created, to whom is created by whom is this software, sir? Can you share that address?
It is done by Antiz Technologies here in Basungodi, Bangalore.
They are the owner of this software.
They are the owner, they are the IP of it. Yeah, both.
Thank you, sir.
Can it be customized, sir? Can it be customized?
Yeah.
We can definitely customize it. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
They are promoting.
We have come to the fag end of today's program. And we have with us Dr. S. Devarajan, who is Senior Vice President of BCIC. Thank you, sir, for being with us. And I would now request you to do summing up and do the honors for the guests. Thank you.
Yeah, I think first of all, thank you very much in terms of the entire presentation which happened. Srinivas, which is really is known as a leader walking the talk, because we had a lot of interaction with him from TVS Motor, from Mysore, from all the interaction with him. And really the points which he made in terms of the progress made in Karnataka definitely is a benchmark. in many areas in terms of online services, technology applications, and bringing the women people into the work, OT increase. I think a lot of new regulations has come in. Though we always compare between one state and another state, it depends upon each industry, because one government can definitely support and definitely help us to have the continuity. But it's our responsibility as a part of the factory, as a part of the industry, how we can keep the operator, or we always call the operator the first customer. The first customer is the person who buys the vehicle. The first customer who makes the product also is the customer. So we have to take each and every responsibility from the factory. I think many areas it touched upon by Srinivas, and it's very useful. Definitely from BCIC and from Toyota, all the industries. Sir, we have got many companies in BCIC, Toyota, Volvo, TVS Motor. Definitely we'd like to work along with the government to enable everybody to practice, understand, and share these good practices, because that's what we have done for the entire month with the leadership of Murli, where we take the safety month. And we had excellent participation by every of the senior, the government officials, brigade areas, and definitely Antiz twice. I think Bosch, excellent presentation. So that's the area which I think definitely we can work together with the government. We seek your continuous presence along in BCIC, Srinivas, so that it helps us, all the small scale industries, all the members, we will participate and we will share, definitely take it forward. So thank you very much. And I think you did talk about many areas in terms of the, I always feel there should be a 5 years, 6M conditions, application of 5 years, application of 6M, whether it's method or machine or manpower or material handling. Every area, safety is extremely important. Safety not only in the work, safety in terms of the ergonomics, the health portion of it, and leading to sustainability. I think we have a huge role to play and never ending. The target is definitely 0 and beyond. Thank you very much, sir, for your excellent presentation. The way you had talked about and openly bringing out points from all of us. Thank you very much. In supporting industry, thank you very much. Mohan, outstanding presentation by Bosch. I think Bosch are the leaders. Definitely Bosch, Toyota are always the leaders for us. And we have worked very closely with you. And your methodology in terms of application, the KPI, which you mentioned about how it is taken to the means and the targets taken, and it really be useful for all our members. And definitely, and Bosch is a very close, very big member for BCIC. We look forward for many interaction with Bosch team, and probably with Bosch, Toyota, TVS. We can definitely support the government in taking this initiatives which they're bringing out to the entire SMEs, to the entire members of our club. So I think once again, thank you, Mohan, for your outstanding, simple way but excellent presentation. Outstanding.
Yeah, thanks, Devraj. TVS Motor is one of our, whom we have benchmarked for safety practices.
Yeah, I know. It's always co-learning, sir. I think it's always a learning from all of us. And we can come together, and definitely, I'd like what Mr. Srinivas said, we should share more. I think probably we're not sharing more. We should share with government, we should share with the industry, we should share with the institutions, how you can get ITIs support from them, how to get the educational institutions from the beginning. I think let's work next year on this sharing more, bringing the government responsibilities, working with the government. I think it's a big responsibility for all of us. Next is, I think, Antiz, really well done, Raghavendra and
thank you, sir.
Fantastic. Last time also we were there when you presented the entire presentation. It is very useful, and definitely we are also trying to use in TVS Motor. But see, safety is a journey, so it is definitely a part of our work. We have to make into a safety culture, safety behavior. One more thing we learned from Japanese recently is we always say, because of the operator mistake, it has happened. They say nothing like operator mistake. You have not designed the machine properly. So go into everything into system-based one. Make as okay as possible, as light screen as possible. Finally, you have to train the people to make it work in a systematic way. So I think this training is very important for all of us as an industry is concerned. Really, it was an outstanding discussion throughout. I think we request Srinivas to come to BCIC more in many of our expert committee. There are so many expert committees, sir, and definitely we can have a lot of interaction from the finance angle, from the approval angle, from sustainability angle, from safety angle, manufacturing angle. We look forward for your support, because I always look at you as a leader who is walking the talk. Definitely, you have a lot of new ideas. We look forward for your continuous interaction with Bangalore Chamber of Commerce. And on behalf of the Bangalore Chamber of Commerce, I thank all of you, and Murali in particular, to make this happen for the entire month, and with the Bidadi Industrial Estates. Thank you very much, and look forward for a more and more continuous interaction. And thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Just be online. We'll do the honors for our guests here. Sure. We have a memento to give. Please be there. Now request Madam is here. Yeah. As a token of love and affection from Bangalore Chamber of Commerce and Industry. From BCIC.
It's only one.
BCIC, not one. Thank you, sir. Group photo. So we'll take one group photo.
Thank you, sir. I'll take leave. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.